Hello, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone's doing well. Are you currently trying to potty train your toddler? If so, stay tuned because in this video, I am going to talk about what worked for me when I was potty training my 3-year-old. It seems like 3 is my number. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit notification bell so that you know when I upload new videos. So now without further ado, let's get into it. So before I started potty training, I needed to know what signs I had to look out for in order to know when my child was ready to be potty trained. So I spoke to my pediatrician and she mentioned that once a child starts to squat, then he or she are ready to be potty trained. So of course, I kind of looked for that. So every time my son ran into his little favorite corner, I had to see if he was squatting or if he was standing. So once he started to squat, I started to kind of bring out his potty because I did buy his potty when he was 1. And I did have him just sit there just so that he know that there's a potty. He didn't necessarily have to sit there and use it, but just kind of sat there, get comfortable with it, know that it's around. I put it in the bathroom so that he can see it. But this time he was ready. So I would bring out the potty and I would tell him, sit here, sit here. But that wasn't working because he didn't know exactly what I was trying to tell him. And also I interrupted him, so he was not happy with that. So I had to think of ways to try and get him to want to go in the potty. So I thought, okay, so his favorite spot is here in this corner. So then I put his potty in that corner. He saw the potty, he ran to another corner. He did not like that. So I thought, okay, so now I have to look for ways to get him to want to go. What can I do? So I researched in YouTube different videos of how to potty train your son or your daughter, or how, what worked for them. And I did see a lot of videos and I did try to apply some of the things that I saw in these videos, but obviously every child is different. So most of the things that I try with my child that all these ladies said that work for their kids did not work for my kids. Well, my kid. So let me tell you what I tried. So a lot of these posts or a lot of these videos talk about, or even things that I read, talk about having your child naked from the waist down. That would make it easier for them, for he or she, to run to the bathroom and then not have to worry about like pants or underwear or pull-ups or what have you. My son is not a kid that likes to run around naked. He just doesn't like that. He would go in a swimming pool with socks on. He's not a kid that likes to be naked. So I struggled with that. So I would take off his diaper and I would try to put underwear on. That was a no-go. He would cry and cry and cry. And then I tried putting a pull-up. He did not like that either. He did not like pull-ups. He wanted his diaper. So I thought, okay, what's gonna work for me? Like, I don't know what's gonna work if he doesn't like to be naked. So then what I tried doing is I would talk to him, okay, every time you feel like you gotta go pee-pee or you gotta go number 2, poo-poo, you need to let me know so we can run to the bathroom and then you can go potty. He would say yes, but he would never do it. He just wouldn't do it. And I remember I said, okay, well, I'm gonna bribe him with candy because what kid doesn't like candy, right? So then I bought these mini M&Ms. And I would take off his diaper and I decided to take off his diaper and not put any underwear, not put any pull-ups. So what I did is I just put his pajama pants, and at first he was like, he was feeling it, but didn't know what was going on. So then I would take him to the bathroom and I would sit him there and he would just kind of sit there and kind of look at me like, what are we doing? So I would have to explain to him, you gotta go potty. And of course I had my husband show him, okay, when you go to the bathroom, take him with you so that he knows what you're doing in the potty. Again, I decided to buy a potty that resembled our potty so that he knew that it was the same thing. He can go here, he can go there, easy transition. So anyway, we went ahead and started doing this. So my husband started taking him to the bathroom with him, showing him, okay, like this is how you go to the potty, this is what you do. And he would just kind of laugh at it and then just run out. So one long weekend, I decided, okay, this is the weekend that I'm going to potty train him. I had the potty calendar ready where like you have, and I'll link the one that I have below, but these calendars were, you have, oh, you pee today, here's a little star, here's a little sticker, and then at the end, there's a certificate and a little crown. When I showed that to him, he grabbed all the stickers and put them all over the calendar. He wasn't interested. He didn't care about this calendar, and I was super excited because it's super cute, but he was not interested. So I thought, like I said before, candy. He loves candy. So when I took off his underwear, no well, I'm sorry, when I took off his diaper and no underwear and he was only in his little PJ pants, I would tell him, if you have to go pee, you would get one of these. This is one little M&M mini. If you have to go number 2, then you'll get 2 minis. And he was super excited about that. So we kind of played a game with it. Like, you know when your child is going to go to the bathroom because they get this look on their face. And I remember I was like, oh, he's got to go. So I would run with him. He would sit on his little potty and he wouldn't go. He would just get like so nervous, like he didn't know exactly what he needed to do, so he wouldn't go. But as soon as he will get up from the potty, he will pee himself. And we're like, it's okay, it's just an accident. And I would just kind of clean it. And he would get a little bit scared because he wouldn't know what's going on. But I tell you, I did that for 4 days, a long weekend, and it worked. So I kept doing the same thing. So he did have a couple of accidents, but it took me longer to have him go number 2. He would just hold it. He would hold it until he had a diaper on. So the pee was first. He started getting used to pee. And anytime he felt pee, he would run to the bathroom and then come back and say, Mama, I peed. So I would give him a little candy. And then the candy wasn't working because he didn't care about it anymore. He cared more about the celebration that he actually went to the bathroom. So every time he would go to the bathroom, we would celebrate, yay, you went to the bathroom, and we would dance with him and we would celebrate with him, and he loved that. So celebration, recognition works, goes a long way. So we started, then we wanted to do number 2. Like, we wanted to teach him, like, you can go here. But I noticed that every time I sat him there, he wouldn't do it. He would get so scared and he would just kind of sit there and tell me, I'm done, and he wouldn't do it. And when he couldn't hold it anymore, he would cry and cry and cry and ask me for a diaper. And of course I will put it on him because I wouldn't want him to hold off, and he's training, so it would be okay. So I'll put a diaper, he will run to his little corner, do his business, come back, and then we will get the diaper. Once we clean him, we will get the diaper and then dump number 2 in the toilet and tell him, okay, say bye-bye, and then we would just kind of flush it. We did that for that took more than 4 days. So I want to say for a good 2 weeks. And then he finally got it. And he didn't get it here at home. So you have to have a really good support system when you're potty training your kid, because you have to be consistent. So my children do go to daycare. So when I took my child to daycare, I told the lady, make sure that he goes to the bathroom and make sure you celebrate him. Just continue doing what you guys are doing. I'm sure you guys have experience. Just please continue to do it. So I remember I got this text and she's like, your son went number 2 in the potty. The problem was that they didn't have kitty potties. They had a big potty, so he kind of went through and he got scared. So when he got home, he wanted nothing to do with the big potty. He goes pee-pee in the big potty and number 2 in the big potty, in the little potty. So he's 4 now and he still goes number 2 in the little potty. But to me, he's going to the bathroom. So in 4 days, I did the same thing. So let me recap. In 4 days, I potty trained him to pee in the potty. So I did the no underwear but pants. He wore his pants and he ran. I would take him to the bathroom. He run there. He'd do his business. We would do a little dance, give him a little candy at first, and then he didn't care for it. And then he just continued. Now, I'm not going to say that everything went smoothly. No, he did have about 3 accidents, which to me was amazing. We also started taking him around the block with just his underwear, just to see if he could hold it. And each week we went further and further and further just to make sure that he was okay and he was able to hold it. The first couple of times he couldn't. He did have an accident in his car seat, but it's okay because they're just learning. So again, I didn't do the no underwear. That didn't work for me. I tried to do the calendar, but that didn't work for me. He didn't care about that. The candy worked for like a day maybe. That didn't work. So it was more like you have to see what your child likes and what he or she is into and kind of go at their pace. Because remember, we're trying to force our children to do things that, bigger kids are doing or that we do. But they don't get the concept yet. This is all new to them. So we have to be very patient with them. Patient is key. Now, one of the things that I was afraid of, because I get really disgusted by, is public bathrooms. I can't stand a public bathroom. I mean, if I have to go, I have to go, but I can't stand it. So what I decided to do is I went on Amazon and I bought this thing here, and I will link it below. But it's a portable seat. You see, it's a little panda, and you take this with you. You put it on the seat, and they go potty. Here, there's a little cup, and I don't know where it is, but here's a little cup for boys so that they don't splash when they're peeing. They have different animals or whatever, but we chose a panda. He chose it, actually. I made him a part of this so that he can choose his seat. So this is very neat because it has these little things here. I don't know if you can see, but it has these little things here, and that grips to any toilet. So you put this in the public bathroom, and then they sit here comfortably, they do their business, and you're done. So I like to clean these with wipes as soon as they're done so that there's no gunk anywhere. And they're like, you just store it back. So I would highly recommend that you use this. Also, another thing that it came with it were these, I haven't opened them, but these, I'll open one. They're liners for the bathroom. So I also like to put one of these. Let me show you what it looks like. I like to put this one on first. So it looks like this. Kind of like the, kind of like the one that we use, but you put this one on the toilet, and you put it like this. So this one hangs down to where their little feet are. And then you open this one, and then you put it on top of that so that there's no gunk on this when they go potty. I would highly, highly recommend that you get these two for public restrooms. They're the best thing, because holding them up, or maybe you sitting and then they're like kind of peeing through your legs, that's kind of a hassle, and sometimes there's accidents. But holding them up, just kind of, your back is hurting. Before I got this, what I used to do is I used to have my son stand on the toilet and kind of go potty in there. But I was afraid that he was always going to fall in. So even if he's not using this because he's not sitting down, I still put one of these so that his little legs rest on this thing and none of his body parts are touching the disgusting toilet. I mean, they're not all disgusting, but it's a public bathroom, so it's gross. So anyway, those are the things that I use. Again, I highly recommend this. I'm gonna insert a clip of like the setup that I have for him in the bathroom, because I did notice that every time he wanted to go number 2, he will run to our bookcase, grab a book, and then go to the bathroom. So I did a little setup in his bathroom where there's this little potty. I have this little box that I bought from IKEA where I keep his books and then his wipes. I will show it and insert it here so that you guys can see that. But again, I think that those are the only those are the things that work for me. I will soon start potty training my daughter, but my daughter seems to be different because every child is different. I think she's going to be a little bit more stubborn. She just turned 2 in September, but she's not squatting yet. She does run and hide. She wasn't doing that, but now she's running and hiding and trying to find her place so she can go comfortably. If you have any recommendations of what I can do with my daughter, I'm gonna try exactly what I did with my son, but I don't know if it's going to work. She's a little bit more stubborn, but with him, again, no underwear, but he had to wear pants. He did have a couple of accidents, but every time he had that look on his face, we will run to the bathroom. Celebration is key. You went to the bathroom, yay! Who would have thought that we're celebrating someone going to the bathroom? But that's what happens, ladies. So whatever works for a child, whatever makes it easy for them, because again, this is new to them. It is scary. That bagel potty is scary. The little bodies. I do have a little toilet thing, like one of these for the house. He doesn't like it because it moves. I have to find something else. But for now, he still goes 2 in the little potty because he's scared, but does pee in the big one. And I guess that's it. Again, I'm going to insert a clip here of my setup, so watch that. So here's the setup that we currently have for his potty. I know he's been potty trained for a whole year now. However, he continues to love this. So he uses this potty to go number 2. He uses the big one to go pee-pee, go number 1. Now, he feels more comfortable in this one. He's afraid of the big potty. I guess it's huge, so he's afraid of it, but he still continues to use this. Also, he loves to read while he's sitting here, so he has his favorite books here. He's got 3 or 4 books there, and then his wipes, and then also this little box. I got that little box from IKEA. I think I paid either $2 or $3 for it, and then you have to assemble it. So he uses this again. This is the one that we bought to train him to potty, and I like this one because it resembles the big potty. So I just wanted him to see that it's the same thing. He can transition from this one to this one, which I haven't been able to get him to do so, but this is what we currently have. This is the potty that I trained him in. And then also one thing that I would recommend is that you put water in this thing in here, because it's better if he could. For my son, he goes number 2, so I have water in there. Also, every time he goes number 2, I dump it, of course, in the big toilet, and then I rinse it out, and then I wipe it with Clorox wipes. And then again, I put a little bit of, I don't fill it all the way to the top with water, but I do put like halfway. That way none of that gunk sticks to the bottom, and then you have more cleaning to do. But anyway, this is his little setup. Let me see if I can get a little closer. So that's his setup right now. You have his little potty, and then you have his little books, and then his wipes, and then his little box. And he likes this setup. So here you go. I would recommend this because it worked for me. But again, he loves this potty. I'm going to soon start training my daughter, and I'm going to either try with this potty or buy her a new one. I don't know. But yep. Here it is. So that is it, you guys. As you guys can see, his setup is kind of cool. I do like it. He does like it. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. For those who have subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. I really appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for walking with me through this journey. And for those of you who have not, please subscribe, show me some love. And till the next video, thank you so much for watching. Bye.